Hi everyone, and I welcome you to BYJU'S Exam Prep. So today we are going to be discussing the weekly current affairs dose for your BBA IPM examinations for 2022. Now guys, in this session we would be discussing many of the important weekly MCQs in many of the important weekly news in an MCQ format, a very similar format which comes in your examinations. So we are going to do that. Now before starting with that course, as you know, we do have a BBA foundation course going on for your IP Math. You can talk about the DUJAD, the Set P, the NPAT examinations, and you all know that the best faculty from all over India, they have been brought together to teach you this particular subject. Now with that said, let us start off with the session for today. The very first question: the Union Law Minister Kiran Rijiju inaugurated the country's first sports arbitration center of India that will serve as an independent body to fast-track disputes in sports in which state? Is it Karnataka, Haryana, Gujarat, or is it UP? Okay, this is a very current answer. I want you people to poll your answers in the comment box below so that I can have a look of how you people are performing. Yes. All right. Okay, great. So the answer to this question, guys, the answer to this question that we are talking about is C, that is Gujarat. C. The Union Law Minister has started the Sports Arbitration Center of India in Gujarat. This is an independent body, right, to have a look to fast track disputes in the sports sector. It will have a very far reaching effect and it will try to expand the country's sports sector. Now the SARCI, right, is promoted by SE Transtadia Private Limited, which is an independent body. The Ministry of Law and Justice will also provide legal backing. Yes, it will provide a mechanism, it will provide a way, it will provide a blueprint through which many of the sports related issues can exactly be solved. This is a never before thought process, so very, very new and very important for your exams. Now let's move on to the next question. All right, which bank has partnered with the NPCI, the National Corporation of India, to launch the RuPay Signet contactless credit card? Is it Federal Bank, IDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, or Yes Bank? See, the answer to this question is Federal Bank. So Federal Bank has actually signed this particular thing with NPCI to launch the Federal Bank RuPay Signet contactless credit card. It has the lowest annual percentage rate, okay, starting from 5.88% per annum. So all of you know credit cards usually charge a lot of money, and this credit card is coming for a very low rate of interest. You will have a number of offers as a RuPay Signet credit card holder, and you can travel, you can use food, you can use dining, shopping, sports, entertainment, lifestyle, and everything together. Now let's move on to the next question. Yes, who has authored the book The Battle of Rezangla? Yes, the Battle of Rezangla. Have a look at the options there on your screen and poll in your answers. Kundan Kumar, Kulpreet Kumar, Krishnendra Pratap Singh, Prabhat Kumar Tripathi. है ना? तो ये क्वेश्चन काफ़ी ज़्यादा important है. This is a question which is quite important for your exams because it's a very new book and it was very much in the news, very, very debated, highly debated book. So we are going to understand the answer. The answer to this question is B, Kuldeep Yadav. Yes, he's an ex-naval officer and Penguin Random House Veer imprint. It is telling you the story about 120 Indian soldiers who put a fight to 5,000 strong Chinese military troops in the 1962 Indo-Chinese War. Yes, this stopped the occupation of the Ladakh region. Now there's a movie also which is exactly related to this and you exactly can have a look at that. Okay, next question. Which e-commerce company has launched a future engineer program in India, its global computer science education program? Is it Flipkart, Amazon, Walmart, or Grofers? So you all know that that right now, because of the pandemic situation, there are many websites which are offering you proper programs, you know, study from home programs, such programs which will help you in skilling, upskilling yourself even during the COVID pandemic. So this e-commerce industry that we are talking about is Amazon India. It has launched Amazon Future Engineer, its global computer science education program in India. It will enable quality computer science education and career opportunities from students from underrepresented and underserved communities. It aims to enable and deliver learning opportunities to more than 1 lakh students from 900 government and aided schools across 7 states in India. Okay, the CCEA, Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, has approved the continuation of the national scheme of PM Poshan in schools, which was earlier known as midday meal schemes. Now, this particular scheme is on till when? 2022, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26 or 26, 27. This is the particular news which was there in the papers just yesterday. So those of you who have actually read the paper would be able to answer this question. The answer to this question is C, 2025 to 2026. Yes, so this is going to be the approved rollout of PM Poshan in school, hot cooked meals to students of elementary classes in government and government aided schools across the country. All right, let's move on to question number 6. The National Research Center on Yak is located in which state or union territory? Is it Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Himachal Pradesh or Jammu Kashmir? Now there's a question that you should ask yourself. Yes, in which state of India would you find a yak? It has to be a place which is really snow covered, has very high peaks. So just think about which state are we talking about. So all of you know the answer to this question would easily be Arunachal Pradesh, because you know the yak thing is always related to Tibet culture. I kind of guessed the answer with that. Yes, so the NABARD has approved a credit plan for the yak husbandry in Arunachal Pradesh for secure loans to strengthen their livelihoods. It is a particular scheme which is being implemented at Dirang in the West Kameng district. The NRYC comes under the ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. All right. The musical and dance festival Nata Sankirtana is celebrated in which state? Meghalaya, Manipur, Tripura or Sikkim? You can put a star to this question. Yes. Why? Because usually they do ask you a lot of questions from the art and culture portion. So whenever there is a topic in the news about art and culture, remember this portion will and 100% will come. Yes. So the answer to this question is B, Manipur. So Manipuri Sankirtana is the form of performing art involving ritual singing, drumming, performing in temples, domestic spaces in Manipur state. It has been recognized by the UNESCO as an intangible cultural asset of the country. This pure form is a combination of dance, music and drum, Pung as they call it, and as I told you, a part of UNESCO. Chalo. Next question. The Reserve Bank of India has removed Indian Overseas Bank from the Prompt Corrective Action Framework. The IOB was placed under the PCA in which year? Okay? 2013, 14, 15, 16. Highly controversial topic. One topic which actually showed how many banks can default, how the credit system of India can get affected. The answer to this question, guys, is C, 2015. Yes, it was done by the Board for Financial Supervision after the review of its performance on the basis of published financial results in 2021. Yes, it was not in breach of the PCA parameter. The bank also provided a written complaint that it would comply with the norms of the minimum regulatory capital, net NPA, leverage ratio on an ongoing basis. Next question. What is the theme for International Day of Older Persons 2021? Is it number 1, take a stand against ageism? Statement 2, rights of older people? Statement 3, celebrating older human rights champions? D, digital equity for ages. Okay. So as you know, 1st October is the day of older persons, and this is the first time that they have said that it is very important for us to get digital equity also. Since old people are not very good with it, there have to be special provisions to help all the people be digitally equipped and digitally enabled. So it is talking about raising awareness about issues which helping the elderly, yes, such as senescence, elder abuse, appreciate of contributions to older people, make to society. It was adopted by the UNGA in 1990 and was introduced in the year 1991. Now we've reached the 10th question. Yes, we are quickly going to check how much exactly we are scoring in today's paper. है ना, हमने आज कितना score किया है? We are going to see that, and I make sure that you people read it by yourselves as well. The more you read it by yourself, the more you are going to understand how exactly you have been performing. Okay. All right. According to the ICRA, what is India's real GDP growth for the financial year 2021 to 2022? Something which actually makes a lot of people sweaty in their heads, right? The answer to this question, guys, is B, 9%. So according to it, we have the real GDP growth estimate to 9% from the earlier 8.5%. Yes, it can be noted that after the 7.3% contraction, there were expectations of a higher growth rate in 2021-2022. But because of the second COVID wave, which ravaged India in the first half of the fiscal year, it spread even in the hinterland, made analytics more circumspect. But the RBI expects that probably we'll go at 9.5%. Okay, next question. Which organization has launched a countrywide training and capacity program building for women in dairy farming? Is it A, National Commission for Women? Is it B, Niti Aayog? Is it C, NABARD? Or is it C, SIDBI? Yes, a countrywide training and capacity building program. National Commission for Women, Niti Aayog, NABARD, or SIDBI? See, the answer to this question is A, the National Commission for Women. Okay, it has launched a countrywide training and capacity building program for women in dairy farming. It is collaborating with agricultural universities to identify women, to train such women in dairy farming, to try to have women more involved in selling and marketing of dairy products, amongst others. So it is talking about also helping and organizing self-help groups at the Lala Lajpat Rai University of Veterinary and Animal Sciences, Hisar, in association with Haryana State Rural Livelihood Mission. Yes. Okay. Next question. Under what theme the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has launched the 7th consecutive edition of Swachh Sarvekshan 2022? Is it A, Waste to Wealth? Is it B, Kachra Alag Karo? Is it C, People's First? Or is it D, Sanitation First? Have a look at the options, guys. आप मुझे बताओ इसमें आपको सही कौन सा लग रहा है ना? See, under Swachh Sarvekshan, the theme is actually People's First. It has been launched by Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, the Union Minister of Housing and Urban Affairs, MOHUA as we call it, the 7th successive edition of Swachh Sarvekshan. Okay, so it was designed with people first and its driving philosophy. Okay? With this celebration, we are going to start off the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav with the theme of people first. It will organize a series of people-centric, citizen-centric approach for the overarching scheme, Jan Bhagidari. Okay, involvement of the people. Question number 30. Who took over as the 34th Director General of the National Credit Corps? Is it Rajiv Agarwal, Raja Randhir, Pankaj Kumar, or Gurbir Pal Singh? Okay, see the options. Now guys, I'll tell you what, whenever these kind of questions come, remember it is usually very difficult for you to look at these names in MCQs and remember them. The only way that you people would be able to remember these terms is exactly if you continuously solving these questions again and again and again and again. I'm going to help you do that. Of course, if you maintain the fact that you're coming to classes on time, you make sure that you're here on time, make sure that you're definitely taking some time off, and you are spending that time in delivering and making yourself better, है ना? So make sure that you people are revising again and again and again. It might happen that you forget about it, but do not do that. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Along with which ministry, the Ministry of Food Processing Industries has virtually launched the Skeet Capital module under Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises. the PMFME scheme? Is it Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs? Is it Ministry of Rural Development? देखिए, माइक्रो फूड प्रोसेसिंग एंटरप्राइज नॉर्मली सोचो कहाँ बनेगा, ऑब्वियस सी बात है, इसको हाउसिंग एंड रूरल अफेयर वाले जो है वो बनाएंगे. इट वॉज लॉन्च्ड एज पर द दीन दयाल अंत्योदय योजना, द डे नोन MIS पोर्टल टू मेंबर्स फॉर सेल्फ हेल्प ग्रुप्स वर्किंग इन द फूड प्रोसेसिंग सेक्टर. इसमें फ़ायदा ये होगा कि जितने भी लोग होंगे उनको 40,000 रुपये का फाइनेंशियल असिस्टेंट कैपिटल असिस्टेंस मिलेगा. इट इज़ अ सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम, yes, to enable the competitiveness and promote formalization of unorganized micro food processing enterprises in India. Next question पे आते हैं. Sweet cucumber from which state has been certified by India's Registrar of Geographical Indications as an agricultural good unique to the state? Nagaland, Meghalaya, Manipur और Assam. Sweet cucumber, ठीक है ना? Okay, so the answer to this question, guys, is A, Nagaland. See, it has been officially certified by GI as an agricultural good unique to the state. It is the third agricultural product and fourth overall to be granted GI tag from Nagaland. Yes, it has been granted under the Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act of 1990. Naga cucumber are mostly cultivated in Mon, Mokokchung, Peren, Bokha districts of the state. Tree tomato, Tamarillo, Naga king chili are also tagged here. चलिए अगला सवाल. International Day for Universal Access to Information is observed every year on which date? फर्स्ट को आपको याद होगा, अभी हमने 1 अक्टूबर का पढ़ा है फॉर एल्डरली पीपल. तो ये एक्सेस टू इंफॉर्मेशन कौन से दिन होगा? 25th, 26th, 27th या 28th? सी द आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन इज 28th September. एक ऐसा टाइम जब every individual has the right to seek, receive and impart information for healthy and inclusive knowledge of society. It was designated by UNESCO in 2015. ठीक है? The theme for this year is Right to Know, building back better with access to information. Okay, next question. What is the theme for Rabies Day of 2021? Rabies, facts not fear. Rabies, educate, vaccinate, eliminate. End rabies, collaborate and vaccinate. Shipping, indispensable to the world. Obviously बात है, D तो होगा नहीं. Answer is A, rabies, facts not fear. September 28th को ये दिन मनाया जा रहा है, along with the last question that we did, the international access for information, along with obviously the World Rabies Day. ठीक है ना? इतना याद करना है, ज़्यादा याद नहीं करना है. Okay, just remember this one thing: the person who developed the rabies vaccine was Louis Pasteur. All right. Next question. Who has been appointed as the global brand ambassador of Mastercard Inc? Joe Root, Magnus Carlsen, Sachin Tendulkar, or is it Vishwanathan Anand? Mastercard. सुना होगा आप लोगों ने इसके बारे. Okay. See, इसका जो आंसर है that is B, Magnus Carlsen. Okay. So this person, so as you know, he is the Norwegian Grandmaster and has joins like of no other competitive players lineup of ambassador. पहले Lionel Messi थे, Naomi Osaka, Crystal Dunn and Dan Carter. This is Magnus Carlsen. Last 2 questions to go, guys. Under whose chairmanship the International Financial Services Authority has constituted an expert committee to recommend approach towards development of sustainable finance hub at the IFSC? C.K. Mishra, Rajiv Gauba, VP Joy or Ajay Seth? All right. So obviously the answer to this question would be A, C.K. Mishra. Now, as you know, C.K. Mishra will be chairing this. He is the former secretary of the Ministry of Environment and Forest Climate Change. ठीक है ना? It's going to have a total of 10 members, including chairpersons and member secretaries. ठीक है? चलिए, last question. According to the IIFL Wealth Hurun India's rich list, Mukesh Ambani continues to be the richest man of India for which consecutive year? 5th, 6th, 8th और 10th, है ना? 5th year, 6th year, 8th year या 10th year. Have a look at the options. See, the answer to this question, guys, is D, 10th. So Reliance Industries chairman Mukesh Ambani has topped the IIFL Wealth Hurun India Rich List for the 10th consecutive year with a net worth of 7,18,000 crore rupees. The second spot is Adani Group chairman Gautam Adani. Yes. And is followed by Shiv Nadar and the family of HCL Technologies. Hurun India Rich List has about 1,007 individuals across 119 countries with a net worth of 1,000 crore plus. Yes, India last year has 237 billionaires as 58 compared to last year. This is the last question of the day. And guys, we've discussed 20 questions today, and I'm pretty sure these 20 questions were something which we have done in the last class. Now guys, to be a part of our online classroom programs, please feel free to call up the counselors, email us for any queries that you have about the online classroom programs. Remember, all these online classroom programs would be the types which would help you in understanding, which would help you in remembering, with structured courses, and obviously guaranteeing you a shot at the examination that you're looking at. Please take care of yourselves, guys. I hope you enjoyed the session. Bye bye.